All right, so what we've got here is a Delta 8-inch drill press. This is a 950. It's a very common model. You can see it right here. There you go. It is a 11-950 Type 2. And you will find these are lots. These things are everywhere. Everybody's got them. You can pick them up. I picked this one up for $20. And you can see that the shelf has a lot of surface rust on here. The base also, lots of surface rust. And the shaft. You can see here all the surface rust here. And this one has the longer knobs, which are very difficult to find. You can see it's missing one right here. So we're going to have to replace those with different knobs. It kind of sucks not having factory knobs, but like I said, very difficult to find these. The chuck also is got a lot of rust there, so we're going to take care of that too. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this surface rust. All right, so we're going to start by taking our handy dandy orbital sander, and I've got some pads here. This is a 60 grit. This will take care of all that surface rust. So let me just apply that to the sander. All right, so there we go. I've applied the pad, and now let's go and lock this down so it doesn't move around. There we go. As you can see, much better. All right, so now we're going to move on to getting the base taken care of. So again, 60 grit. And as you can see, much better. So that takes care of the base and the shelf. As you can see, it's already starting to look a lot better. Now we've got to take care of this rust here on the chuck. All right, so we're going to take care of that rust on the chuck, and we're going to cheat. We're going to actually plug this guy in. So, all right, and we're going to take some 220 that we had laying around and let the chuck do the work for us. This is definitely a little challenging doing it one-handed, but here we go. Look, well, it's not bad. Definitely a lot better than what it used to look like. Still some pitting there. Well, not real bad pitting, but I'll give it another shot. Again, not the easiest thing to do one-handed, but getting hot. Yeah, much better. There we go. Yeah, it's coming along. All right, so now I've got to do the polishing of this shaft right here, and this is going to take some work. All right, so I'm going to cheat a little here and do the same thing. This seems weird, but it works. All right, it's looking better. Now I'm just going to move this up here. Again, doing all this one-handed is not the easiest thing to do, but get that out of the way so that I can get underneath there and get this bottom part. That's coming along. Alright, so we got some that we see back here that we can't get to. And what we've got to do is take this Allen key out here, and then we can spin this whole top end around. Alrighty, so I've loosened both these Allen keys. There's one here and there's one right here. And now you can see I can easily move this around. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Alright, I went ahead and removed the head of this unit off so I can get in here and get the rest of that rust back there. And you know, since I went ahead and removed that, we can go ahead and take this off also. That way we can get the entire thing. Alright, come on. And there we go. Alright. Alright, not bad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this 60 grit, and I've got 120 grit that I'm going to put on this place and go out and do another round on this guy. Alright, so what I've got here, I got the 220 grit, and I'm going to go at it with this now. Alrighty. So actually, you could stop there. I mean, you really don't have to go any further than this. This is, you know, pretty smooth. All the rust is gone. I'm going to go ahead and run a few more grits of sandpaper on this, but it has to be done by hand. Unfortunately, I don't have every grit for my Orbital sander. Otherwise, I just keep doing this. It's a lot faster. But I do have some hand sandpaper, and I'm going to go ahead and go from the 220 that I just did to the 320 and the 400, the 600, the 800,000. I'm going to polish this. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. So again, the first up is going to be your 320 right there. And let me go ahead and do this. Now I'll get back to you when I get this done, and we'll see what it looks like. Alrighty, there we go. We've done this all with 320. Now I'm going to move on to the next grit, which is your 400. So I'll let you see that when it's done with this. Alright, there is after the 400. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is the 600. Alright, I'm going to apply this and be right back. Alright, so here is the 600 grid, all finished up. And just so you guys know, I'm not spending a ton of time on this. I'm probably doing this for about a minute. I mean, literally 60 seconds, just going around the pole with these until all the scratches are unified. That's what you're looking for. That's how you know if you've gone through it. You look at all the scratches, they'll all look the same. So I'm going to apply the next one, 800, and I'll be right back. All right, this is after these 800 grit. So now we're going to move up to the 1000. All right, let me do this and I'll be right back. All right, there is the 1000. So we're going to move up to the next one, 1500. All right, let me do this and I'll be right back. All right, okay, there is the 1500, and you can see we're starting to get a little bit of a reflection here. And guys, you don't have to go this far. You know, doing the 60 grit or even the 220 I did earlier would have been fine. I'm just, you know, OCD and I do stuff like this. So so let me get to the next one, which is 2000. Let's do this and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now we've got the 2000 done, and you think that we're going to stop here, but no, we've got one more. That's right, 3000. So let me get this applied to this, and then we'll be done. All right, here I go. Alrighty, so we've got the 3000 grit done, and as you can see, it's pretty shiny now. It's come a long way. So now I'm going to put the head unit back on, and well, actually before I do that, we need to go ahead and apply the wax to this. And let me go grab that. Be right back. Alright, so now we need to protect this so that this metal doesn't go back to its rusty state that I just took it from. And what we use to stop that from happening is this SC Johnson paste wax. So we just take some of this, and we're going to apply it to the base here and the shelf. But right now I just want to get this the shaft here protected. So we're just going to dip on some of that and start going over the entire surface. Sorry, hard to do this and be a cameraman at the same time. And it doesn't have to be a lot. In fact, I'm going to go, once I apply this, I'm going to kind of wipe it down more, because you kind of lose that polished look. But it's better to be protected. So I put a thorough coat on this. Very nice, very nice. All right. So this will keep it from getting surface rust. And this stuff, you will have to apply it again, you know, probably, I don't know, every half year, maybe a year. You just got to check it. But you can see all the metal that came off there because of all the sanding I was doing, all the polishing. And I'm going to go ahead and take some of that and put it there, and do this surface also. And like I say, just a light coat. You don't have to go crazy with it. Just like waxing anything else. Alrighty. Alright. Now, grab this. Gotta remember to put this on before you put the head unit back on, otherwise you're gonna split all back apart. Just let that drop into place, and you're probably gonna want to clamp it down. Get a little better centered here. All right, clamp it down, and then take my rag again, dab that on. And just make sure you get all the different crevices there. Anything you don't want to rust, you need to put this on there. Don't put this on here, it's going to rust. That's pretty much guaranteed. Ask me how I know. All right. And then we'll put the lid back on so the stuff doesn't dry out. All right, so now I'm going to have to stop recording here so I can put that head unit back on, but I'll pick you back up in here in a minute. All right, so I went ahead and placed the head unit back on, and we're going to take that Allen. And by the way, you just match it up, just line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, because everything swivels around, but you just want to try to just eyeball it, get it on there straight, and go back in here, tighten up the upper, and tighten the lower. And this is the reason why I waxed it first, because I wanted to make sure that the shaft up inside here got some of that wax on it. All right, and then we're going to put a little bit of torque on here, and you don't have to go crazy with this. Just snug it. If it rotates around, just snug it some more. You just don't want to go breaking anything off in there. Alrighty, so once I get the new handles, which they're on order, they'll be in. Got them off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description down below, along with the wax and the sandpaper. Heck, I'll even put the sander in there if you want to be, go and order everything. But as you can see, this is a heck of a lot nicer than what it was. And I am not kidding when I tell you that I'm maybe at, like, even filming this, I'm probably put about 40 minutes into this. So restored it for that amount of time. And you can see this is now a usable drill. Alrighty, so that is this episode. I just didn't restore it. I did a freshen up. A true restoration. You're gonna go in here and change some bearings and the BILT up here. But this guy was in really good shape. I mean, it was a $20 drill. I got a heck of a deal. But a lot of people don't look at things like I do, as far as can it be saved? Can it be restored? I've got to order a knob for right there. There should be a little knob that goes there. But other than that, I now have a really nice looking Delta 8-inch drill press. So I guess stay tuned, because I will be doing more of these restorations. This Delta is looking really nice, and you will see it in action when I'm doing some other projects. So till then, take care, and I'll see you then.